All right, guys, I believe we are live now. Yep. And I've got the stream paused so we get no echo, and we are good to go. All right, let me just switch this window over here so it's not so weird looking. All right, I'm gonna pop out this window like so, and I'm gonna pop out this window. And then I'm gonna go to display capture. Remove window. And here we go. Okay. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to do a little bit of window rearranging there to make sure you guys got a good visual for the video. All right, so what's going on, guys? Josh Baldwin here for Mad Money Millennial, and welcome to another live stream where we talk about the latest and greatest updates on the topic of emergency allotments. So which states are coming out with extended $95 emergency allotments, as well as $391 Summer P-EBT, all right? So that's the other program that's for children and mothers who take care of children. That program is for them, all right? So we have two different programs, two sets of benefit programs for people that were struggling as a result of the pandemic. And these programs, as I've mentioned before, came out as a result of the pandemic health emergency that was announced. And so these were the programs that were put into place as a result to help the families that were struggling. So in this first segment, what I wanted to do was cover the latest and greatest updates for the newest states that were added to the list of states that were extending emergency allotments for the month of August and also for the month of September, which is coming up. So in today's video, it's actually going to be a little bit long since what we're going to be doing is actually going through every single individual state and finding out exactly if you're going to be receiving benefits this month or next month and when exactly you will be receiving your benefits, all right? So a lot of you guys down in the comments are constantly asking me every day, you know, is my state going to be receiving benefits? And I tend to provide updates on a rolling basis. So whenever new states do come out with new updates, I put them together and conglomerate them into a video that I present to you guys every weekday. So today we're going to go, since we're in a live video here, I can show you guys in real time which states are being updated. All right, so here's the website that shows you which states are offering extended emergency allotments. So the list of states that you see here are the list of states that were granted waivers by the USDA, so the U.S. Department of Agriculture, to allow their state to go ahead and hit the stamp to go ahead and send out benefits to residents. And it's not up to the federal government to issue these benefits to the people, but it's up to the individual states. So there's individual state SNAP agencies that handle these disbursements. So every time you see a new balance loaded onto your EBT card, that is because a state agency was given approval to send out benefits to load up your EBT card with. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the new states or the existing states that are offering benefits for the month of August and September. So the first state we have on the list is the state of Alabama. I noticed a lot of you guys recently were asking about the state of Alabama. So let's go ahead and check that one out. let me know in the comments or in the live chat if you can see this. Let me switch over here. Alabama. So let's go ahead and, okay, cool. So you can see it. Great. All right, so if I click on the state of Alabama, and you guys can do this too at home by just going to this website and doing the search yourself, but I'm gonna do it for you here today since we're in a live video. So you click on your individual state, and then you'll see this section that says emergency allotments, and what you'll do is click on the link that says August extension approved. So each month they'll update these links with the latest month. So currently we have this one for August, so we click on August. And then it'll open up this PDF document here. Let me just make sure you guys can still see this. It says okay, yeah, it looks like you can. Okay, cool. All right, so this is the PDF document for Alabama, for Alabama's emergency allotment request form. So you can see at the top it says state template FFCRA SNAP emergency allotment request. All right, so this is for the state of Alabama, as it says up here, and then the EA issuance date, that's the emergency allotment issuance date. So that is the date that you'll be receiving your benefits, the exact date that you'll be receiving your benefits. And then it says here, as I mentioned in the last video, due to system constraints, the state will issue benefits through an overnight process on August 31st, 2022. The benefits will be available on September 1st, 2022. Okay, so that's the following day. A lot of the states do have this issue where they need to issue benefits over the course of several days, or basically kick off the process of issuing benefits, but then residents won't actually receive their benefits until the following day or a few days later, depending on certain factors. So in this case, this is one of those cases where people are receiving their benefits the following day, even though they're being technically distributed on a day earlier, on August 31st. Okay, so the number of households that are receiving emergency allotment benefits for the month of August, it lists right here. So it says 377,027 households are going to be receiving extended emergency allotments. And that number in dollar amount, so the number of people receiving benefits in a dollar amount, that total is $67,089,603. All right, so that's basically for the state of Alabama. Let's go back to our list of states. Okay, so the next one we have is the state of Alaska. And again, if any of you guys want me to talk about your state during this live stream at any point while I'm going through this list, just stop me and I will go ahead and go to your specific list or your specific state right away, and we'll start looking at your information. So I'm just going to be going down the list as part of this video, but like I said, if you guys get bored or you want to see me talk about your individual state, just shoot me a message and be like, hey, Mad Money Millennial, stop talking about Alaska. I'm in Nebraska. So what about my benefits? When am I receiving my benefits? So just let me know, and I can go and check that out. I'm actually going to pull up the comments, the live chat on my phone here, since it's easier for me. I don't have 10 screens. I only have one computer screen. So this is a lot easier for me to do. Okay, here we go. Sandra Russo, I want to say that in my phone stay on how long at war zone on the 6th, and now it's on the 26th. Sandra, could you let me know what state you're in, and then I could go and check it out? Robin Miller said, hi, we could really use some SNAP stamps. Absolutely, I'm sure everyone could use some SNAP stamps. Let me know which state you're in, and I will go ahead and check when you're going to be receiving your benefits, when you're going to be receiving your SNAP stamps. Okay, so going back to our list here, we were checking out Alaska. So again, go ahead and go to this section that says Emergency Allotments, click on August Extension Approved. That will open up your documentation for your individual state. And it looks like, if we scroll down here, okay, the state of Alaska. Emergency allotment issuance date is August 1st through August 31st. Okay, so that's not very specific. Number of households receiving benefits is 38,000, and that number is 10 million. Doesn't give us an exact date, it looks like, for when people are receiving benefits for the state of Alaska. Sometimes they don't really update this with the latest information. Sometimes they just provide some sort of a broad date range like this. So we'll probably have to come back to this one, and when it gets updated later on, I'll let you guys know what the exact date is for issuance for Alaska. Okay, moving on to the state of California. So this is my home state. So clicking on August. Let me just check again if benefits. Oh, here we go. Sandra said, can you go get mine? I'm in Texas. All right, let's go back to Texas. No problem. Going back to the state of Texas. I've always wanted to go to Texas. It's been on my to-do list for many years. And try some Texas barbecue. That sounds amazing. Some melt off the bone ribs. God. If any of you guys from Texas have any restaurants that you recommend, please let me know down in the comments. I'd be very interested to check them out. Okay, so this is for the state of Texas. Hopefully you guys can see this. Yep, looks like you can. Okay, cool. All right, so for the state of Texas, okay, so it says that their emergency allotment issuance date is from August 1st through August 5th. All right, so we are now in August 12th. So it looks like it already passed. So yeah, you should have already received your August SNAP emergency allotment. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be extending this into the state of into September, but it's totally possible. It says that it provided a randomized staggered issuance. Okay, so that essentially means that benefits were issued on a staggered basis. So people were issued benefits not all at the same time, but on different days from August 1st through August 5th. So hopefully you received some sort of notification that you're receiving your benefits. But if you didn't, make sure you contact your SNAP agency, your local SNAP agency. So let me go ahead and check what the contact information is for your Texas SNAP agency, so you can figure out if you didn't receive your benefits, where are they? So if I go to Texas SNAP agency, they should have a website. Yep, right here, hhs.gov. .texas.gov. Okay, and let's see if they have a. Okay, it says to apply for your benefits on a separate website called yourtexasbenefits.com. So this is where you go if you want to inquire about or ask questions about your Texas SNAP benefits. And it looks like, okay, support services is what we want. Looks like you need to make an account. So make an account if you don't have one already, and make sure you contact the HHS. Texas Health and Human Services is the organization that you want to get in touch with. All right, good question. Let's see if we have any other comments here. What about Georgia? Okay, let's go check out Georgia. Let's see if Georgia is offering emergency allotments this month. GGG, nope. Looks like we just have Guam. But you know what? Let's check if Georgia is being offered Summer P-EBT benefits. So they may not be offered emergency allotments this month, but it's possible that they're offered Summer P-EBT. So let's go ahead and check that. We go back here. Okay. Nope, doesn't look like they're being provided Summer P-EBT benefits either. Okay, so that can sometimes happen. It's also possible that they didn't update the website yet, but you know what? Let's go ahead and check that right now. So Georgia SNAP benefits. I don't believe Georgia was offering benefits, extended benefits this month. I didn't see any updates in the news or anything. Okay, bear with me here. Okay, so let me switch this window here. Let me just go back to the live chat. Okay, so that's the window that you guys currently see. And I want to show you guys a different window. Okay, bear with me guys 1 second. So I'm going to add a display. And here we go. All right. So this says emergency SNAP benefits to expire. Food banks worry about how families will cope. And this has to do with the state of Georgia. It says starting June 1st, SNAP benefits will go back to the way they were before the pandemic. That timeline is of particular concern to Metro Atlanta food banks who are still working to get local families back on their feet. So yeah, it looks like for the state of Georgia, they're actually starting to. It looks like they're actually ceasing benefits. They're stopping benefits for the state of Georgia as of June. So now it's August. Yeah, it's been about 3 months since they approved extended benefits for Georgia. That's unfortunate. You know, I would like to see personally that every single state, even though it is up to the individual state, that whether or not they're going, the residents are issued benefits, I do believe it should be issued to every single state, just because, you know, not all of the states have a lot of money, states like California do have a lot of money. That's why certain states are able to offer stimulus programs and things of that nature, because it all depends on how much funding each individual state has. So a very rich state like New York or California, they're going to be able to, the lawmakers are able to keep their seats in office by continuing to push programs that are already established, or coming up with programs in which residents can benefit because the government because their state agency has a lot of money. But for other states that are poor and don't have a lot of resources to gather the funding to enable these stimulus programs and to create these food stamp benefit programs for residents, it can sometimes happen. Like it's not always clear cut and dry that every single state can have the same amount of money at the same time to be able to help their residents. So it is kind of just a rolling basis type of scenario. So it can be frustrating at times when you see richer states like California receiving benefits, whereas you might be in the state of Iowa and you're wondering where your benefits are. So I do totally understand that sentiment, but I do try to provide the most up-to-date information that I can, just so that when you guys are able to receive benefits or are eligible to receive benefits, that you find out as soon as physically possible. All right, so that's my job, is to do the research to find out exactly when benefits are coming out, who is eligible, if your state is receiving benefits. So all of that information is something that I try to keep myself up to date on and on top of, to hopefully help you guys. So thank you for the question on Georgia, and I apologize that benefits weren't able to be issued this time around for your state. So let me go back and continue to go through the list here. Okay, so we covered Alabama, we covered Alaska, we covered Georgia. Let's go back to, you know what, let's switch over to the Summer P-EBT. So I think we were checking out California. So for California, if I go to the August extension, approved, link, it'll tell us. Okay, yeah, so for, this is something I mentioned in my last video. For the state of California, if you're part of the Cal SAWS program, you'll be receiving your benefits on September 3rd. And if you're part of the Cal WIN program, you'll be receiving your benefits on September 9th. All right. So you can see just how much money some of these states have to be issuing benefits to their residents. Like I think we saw in the previous in the state of Alaska, there was not even close to the number that was issued for the state of California. Here we have $478 million, so basically almost $500 million that were allocated to the residents of California for emergency allotment benefits. That's pretty insane. And that's just for 1 month. So you can see why it becomes sometimes impossible for countries or for states with not a lot of money not to be able to issue benefits, even though it's not fair and every single state should be issued benefits. Sometimes it's just physically or feasibly not possible. So this is one of those cases where California just has a lot of money. They're able to just keep coming out with new stimulus programs, which keeps the people happy, keeps the lawmakers in office, like Governor Newsom, and that's just the way it works. And that's a lot of the reason why people tend to move out of states, because they become too expensive. Their government isn't taking care of them anymore, so they need to move to states elsewhere where they are able to be taken care of. Okay, so that was for the state of California. Colorado. Let's check out Colorado. All right, when are Colorado residents receiving their summer P-EBT? Okay, I think this is for... Sorry, when is this is for SNAP emergency allotments. This isn't for summer P-EBT. Okay, so it looks like for Colorado, emergency allotments will be issued from August 7th to August 12th. Okay, so over the past 5 days, you should have been receiving notifications about receiving benefits for that. Okay, moving on. Let's check out the state of Delaware. I'm going to go back to the chat real quick and see if anyone had any comments. How about, oh, here we go. How about Florida? All right, let's check out Florida. Thanks for the question. William. Okay, so for the state of Florida, let's check it out. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any emergency allotments for the state of Florida, but let me go and check the list for summer P-EBT. Okay, so for summer P-EBT, nothing for Florida. All right, so let me go and check. Let me just check Google here. For Florida, I don't believe it was extended for the state of Florida. Okay, here we go. No, I don't believe Florida was granted a waiver for this month. Sorry about that. Let's check out, let's see, for North Carolina. Oh, New York, sorry about that. Let's check out New York. Thank you for the question, Rosemary. All right, for New York. See, this is actually fun now. Now you guys can ask me questions about benefits and I can answer them in real time. All right, so for New York, it looks like we do have an acknowledged extension here for the state of New York. So let me click on that. Then we go to the August extension. Okay, let me change this. So let me get rid of this. Let's see if you guys can see this. All right. All right, you guys can see that? Cool. All right, so this is for the state of New York. We're going to scroll down. Okay, so it looks like in New York City, supplements will be issued August 16th through August 29th. All right, so starting next Tuesday, New York residents can expect their emergency allotments to be issued. And then for benefits for the other rest of state districts, supplements will be issued August 8th through August 11th and August 14th through August 18th, with benefits available the following day. All right, so this is another example of one of those staggered basis types of disbursements of allotments where people get their benefits on different days. This tends to happen with very populous states like New York City, where there's just so many residents that it becomes impossible for them to issue benefits all on the same day for every single resident. So that's why they break it up into individual boroughs. So it looks like they have a date range for issuing benefits for New York City, and then they also have date ranges that they're going to be issuing benefits on a staggered basis for the other rest of state districts as well. And so it looks like the number of total households receiving benefits is just over 1.5 million. And the total number amount of those benefits being issued is $234 million. So, as similar to California, this is another state with a lot of money. This is even though New York City is huge, right? It's still providing only half the amount of money that California is providing for the SNAP program. So that's pretty insane, right? Remember, we saw that California was issuing $500 million in benefits for the month of August. Well, New York is issuing $234 million worth. So still a shit ton of money. All right, so let's go back to our list here. Here we go. More. See, this is what I like to see. I love to see these comments where people are just asking me questions and I can just answer them. This is awesome. All right, so we covered New York. Thanks for that question, Rosemary. North Carolina. Let's check that out. North Carolina. Okay, so I don't see an extension for North Carolina. Oh, yes, I do. Just kidding. Okay, so let's check out North Carolina. All right, for North Carolina, the emergency allotment issuance dates will run for 10 days from August 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st. So starting not next Monday, but the following Monday, supplements will be issued for North Carolina residents over the course of 10 days. So make sure you look out for your benefits for those days. The total number of households receiving benefits is 752,342, and the total amount in dollars is $141 million. All right, so that's like half of the state of New York's. Pretty insane, right? All right. Let's go back to our chat here. How about Missouri? Good question. Let's check out Missouri. Missouri. Okay, so I don't see an extension for Missouri. Let me switch back over to the P-EBT list. And I don't see one there either. All right, so let's go ahead and search this one because we want to find out if Missouri is receiving benefits. So I don't see anything for SNAP. Let's see. It looks like Missouri was another one of those states similar to Florida and Georgia where they stopped issuing food benefits. It's very unfortunate. Just really comes down to if the state has enough funding for these things. It's very unfortunate when not every single state can be incorporated into that. Yeah, so sorry about that. Looks like Missouri is not on the list currently. Okay, let's go back to the chat. All right, nothing new. All right. Okay, going back to our list here. Let's check out if the state of Delaware is receiving P-EBT. So let's check out a smaller state. We've already checked out the bigger states. What did we cover? California, New York, North Carolina, Texas. Okay, so for the state of Delaware, oh wait, let me change this. There we go. All right, for the state of Delaware. See here you can say, here you can see it says, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Delaware's governor issued a public health emergency declaration, which was extended on July 22nd. So that's basically the vehicle for which they're able to continue to receive, continue to issue benefits is through these allotment extension requests as a result of the public health emergency that was declared on July 22nd. So as long as they keep extending the public health emergency declaration every single month, that is basically the determining factor of whether or not that state will be receiving benefits or not. So they usually provide a cover page where they say that we as the state of Delaware acknowledge the extension of benefits, blah, 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 due to the public health emergency as a result of the pandemic, of course. Okay, so if we keep scrolling down, it says, for the state of Delaware, emergency allotments will be issued on August 24th. All right, so that's 12 days from now. On 2 Wednesdays from now. The total number of households receiving benefits is 59,000, and that number in dollar amount is 12 million. So a lot smaller than the $500 million that we saw for the state of California, right? Wow. All right. Let's go back to the chat here. Michigan. Hi, Marty. Thanks for the question. When is Michigan getting Summer EBT? Let's check that out. All right, so let me switch my window over here to the, oh, it's already showing the summer one. Okay, good. Okay, so for Michigan, all right, let's click on Michigan. Okay, for Michigan. So this isn't for Summer P-EBT, but this is for emergency allotments. It says that emergency allotments will be issued from August 13th through August 22nd. Okay, so starting tomorrow, they're going to be issuing on a staggered basis again over a 10-day period. They're going to be issuing benefits for you guys. So let me go back to the Summer EBT list and see if they're going to be issuing that as well. Okay, clicking on Michigan. August extension approved. Okay, let's see. Sometimes it takes a little digging to find out where they put the link. Because as you can see, I just clicked on Michigan for Summer EBT, and it took me to the list of emergency allotments. So here it says pandemic EBT, and then it has a link here for summer programs in May. All right, so it looks like they didn't update the list on their website, so that's actually a really good question, and let's go and find out. When is Michigan offering Summer P-EBT benefits for the state of August, or for the month of August, sorry. I just keep saying state, so that's stuck in my head. Okay, so for Michigan Summer P-EBT, that's what we want to know. For August. Not seeing any information here for Michigan. Can you guys see my page here? Okay, good, you can. Yeah, typically if they updated benefits for a state, it'll just show up once you search it on Google. It should be like the first thing that shows up. And then obviously you check the date for when the article was released to make sure it was a recent article. So it looks like Michigan. It says Michigan is scheduled to issue P-EBT benefits for the period of May through June in July of 2022. So it says that Michigan is listed on the USDA list of states. However, there is no P-EBT summer plan that states what date the summer benefits will be issued. Yeah, so it looks like for the state of Michigan, that's another state in addition to those other ones like Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, I think, or not North Carolina, but Florida and Georgia, where they've ceased providing benefits to residents. So again, sorry about that. It is unfortunate when not every single state can make these accommodations for people, but that's just another example of some states having more money than others to provide funding for these programs. All right, so let's go back to our list here. So going back to our list for Summer P-EBT, let me close this out, pull this back up. No, I don't want to open that. Close. All right, let's check out for the state of Minnesota. When are Minnesota residents receiving their EBT? So for Minnesota, it looks like there wasn't an extension document for the month of August provided for Minnesota, but what we can do is do a search here where we can just check it out. Just do a hard search for Minnesota Summer P-EBT. All right, here we go. Food aid coming for over 400,000 Minnesota children this summer. All right, so this is another example of a state that decided not to update their website for whatever reason, but is providing benefits for Summer P-EBT. So it says the families of 400, hold on, let me see if you guys can see this. It's got the wrong window up. Hold on one sec. Okay. All right, so it says the families of 410,000 Minnesota children will receive aid to help provide them with healthy meals this summer. All right. So that's really good news. In a press release Thursday, this is from July 22nd, it says the DHS, so that's the Minnesota Department of Human Services, will load $435 onto PEBT cards for that. So that's even more than the $391 that was originally being provided. So $435 are being provided for Minnesota residents onto their EBT cards for every school child approved for free or reduced price meals. All right, so that's the basic eligibility guideline to receive PEBT, is that you were issued or approved free or reduced price meals during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are also other requirements or eligibility requirements you can look up yourself. Some of them include, off the top of my head, some of them were if you attended some sort of specialized school. That's another easy way to receive benefits. If you weren't able to attend school for a period of, I believe, 5 consecutive days, that's another way that you can receive benefits or become eligible. So just do your research, look at your local state SNAP agency's website, read through its information, and figure out whether or not you become eligible or you are eligible to receive benefits. And you can always, contact them, give them a call, send them an email, ask me, and I can probably do a little bit of research for you as well. Okay, so it says that families who were not previously approved can apply for Summer P-EBT. So if you weren't approved previously, you have another chance. They have until September 2nd to apply for free or reduced price meals for their school-age children through the National School Lunch Program. All right, so keep that date in mind, all right? So September 2nd is the deadline to apply for these food benefits. All right, so we're at August 12th. So you essentially have 2 more weeks to apply for that program. Okay, going back to our list. So that was for the state of Minnesota. All right. Let's check out, that's one, let's check out, so 1 second here. Let me find my bearings. All right, let's check out the state of Nevada. Looks like for Nevada, there is no extension approved document provided. So let's do a hard search for the state of Nevada. So Nevada, Summer P-EBT. Yeah, Nevada was a state that I was pretty interested in learning if they were receiving Summer P-EBT benefits, because Nevada is, it's pretty unique in the fact that they have those Indian reservations there. So I'm not sure whether or not that contributes to a large portion of their wealth as a state and their ability to provide EBT benefits or Summer P-EBT program benefits to people or to their residents, or if that's funding that's only sequestered to the Native Americans. I'm not entirely sure about that. If you live in Nevada and if you live in the state of Nevada and you have information about where funding is, where I don't know how you would know this, but if you work for the state agency or anything like that, you might have information about this. I'm curious to know where the majority of state funding is provided for the state of Nevada. Is it for schools? Is it for the gambling companies out there for the Native Americans. Where does the money go? That's what I'm pretty interested to find that out. Okay, so for Nevada, it says, so this is about a month old. It says the feds approve Nevada plan to back PEBT payments, $175 million to be distributed. All right. So hold on one second. I think let me make sure I'm still streaming here. It's having some technical difficulties. All right, no, we're good to go. Okay. All right, so going back to Nevada. Let me quickly make sure you guys can see this. Yes, you can. Okay, great. All right, so for the state of Nevada, parents can expect to receive the additional food benefits starting September. Okay, so this is similar to, I think it was Minnesota, where they weren't updating the links on the USDA.gov website, but they are still in fact issuing food benefits for this state. All right, so it says starting in September is when they're going to be issuing those food benefits. State officials said that they expect to issue about $175,200,000 in summer P-EBT benefits to around 448,000 children. The daily benefits for the 2021 to 2022 school year is $7.10 for all students. Not all children, however, not all children will be eligible for summer benefits. To qualify, a student's school must have been closed or operating at reduced attendance for a COVID-related reason for 5 consecutive days. All right, so that's what I was mentioning before. If you believe that you are eligible or your child is eligible to receive these benefits, make sure you check these requirements to make sure that they are. Okay, once this threshold is met, all students in that particular school will be eligible for P-EBT benefits for each qualifying absence for the remainder of the school year. Okay. Most Nevada schools have returned to in-person instruction, and students can now receive meals in person, meaning many families will receive fewer benefits than before. Families who are already receiving food benefits through the SNAP program will receive P-EBT benefits directly through their pre-existing cards. All right, so if you were receiving benefits before through your regular EBT card, you will automatically receive these additional pandemic-related EBT benefits to your card as well. For children in households that do not receive SNAP benefits, new P-EBT cards will be automatically mailed to the address provided by the student's school. All right, so besides making sure that your child is eligible, make sure that your address is up to date because it looks like for a lot of these states, the agency is sending these new P-EBT cards to your existing address on file. So make sure that your existing address on file is the latest and greatest up-to-date one. And if you're not sure if they have the latest address on file, make sure you give them a call and verify that. So it says Nevada distributed more than $500 million in P-EBT benefits to more than 396,000 children during the months it was allocated last year, according to the DHHS, the Department of Health and Human Services Division of Welfare and Supportive Services. Okay, so yeah, there we have it. So the state of Nevada is issuing benefits for summer P-EBT starting in September. I don't have the exact date here for when they're going to be sending them out, but it looks like they in fact are. So look out for that. All right, let me go back to the chat here and see if I have any questions. Nope, nothing for now. All right. All right, guys. That about covers a good handful of states regarding updates for Summer P-EBT benefits or for $95 emergency allotments. If you have any questions about your individual state, feel free to let me know. Send me a message, shoot me, leave a comment, anything like that, and I'll be sure to get back to you. Stay safe, stay hustling, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.